Welcome to the biology class. Today we are going to start our third lesson, how do organisms reproduce? We have already learned in the first lesson about lot of life processes like nutrition, respiration, circulation and excretion. All those life processes are very essential to live or to maintain life for each organisms. Then what about reproduction? Is it necessary to live? Not at all. Without reproduction, all the organisms can exist. Then this reproduction process spend lot of energy. Then why do organisms reproduce? It is not for individual existence or individual growth. It is for the population growth. Because without reproduction, the population cannot exist on this earth. We have already learned in the first lesson about lot of life processes like nutrition, respiration, circulation and excretion. All those life processes are very essential to live or to maintain life for each organisms. Then what about reproduction? Is it necessary to live? Not at all. Without reproduction, all the organisms can exist. Then this reproduction process spend lot of energy. Then why do organisms reproduce? It is not for individual existence or individual growth. It is for the population growth. Because without reproduction, the population cannot exist on this earth. How do we know that two different individuals belong to the same species? We will say it will be looking like similar, isn't it? Do organisms create exact copies of themselves? Let's see. Children, first of all, I remember you the structure of cell. This is the common structure of a cell. That means outer covering is cell membrane, center structure is nucleus, in between the cell membrane and nucleus it is cytoplasm. Now let's see what is happening at the time of division at the time of cell division in reproductive cell. Children, here let's see what is DNA copying. Here I draw nucleus only. Nucleus only I draw here. You know the center part of the cell is nucleus. Inside the nucleus, what is there? Chromosomes will be there. Inside the chromosomes, DNA is there. Inside the DNA, gene is there. Here I am going to draw only the DNA. What will happen at the time of cell division? It will be the strands of, there is two strands are there for DNA that you know. The two strands will be split into two. Then 2 DNA will be formed. So now 2 DNA is there. Inside one cell or inside one nucleus, there will be only one DNA. So this DNA, one DNA will be come out. So you can see here, after this completion of DNA copying, now it's DNA copying is happened here. After DNA copying, the cell will start to divide. That means the nucleus also divided, then cytoplasm also divided, then it will become two cells. Now each nucleus contain one DNA. So this is cell division in reproductive cells. So now you may understand how the individuals in a same species are just like same. Now you may understand how the organisms of a same species similar to looking like. It is because of DNA copying. Again, you can see all the organism in a species, especially in human beings, we can see all the peoples are not like same. We have lot of variations. Our body design only the same. We have lot of variations. These variations are based on the accuracy of DNA copying. There will be some variations at the time of DNA copying. That's why the differences we can see each other. Now let's discuss the importance of variation. Populations of organisms are filled in well-defined places or niches in an ecosystem. For example, fishes, they are living on the aquatic system or aquatic habitat. In that itself, fishes also having different kinds of species, no? Some species may live in salt water, some may be live in fresh water. All those things are based on their DNA. Then you can see some organisms are live in desert, some organisms are living in forest. All those things based on their adaptations also. So sometimes this variation may helpful for this population of organisms. I'll tell you an example. A group of bacteria, a population of bacteria living in ocean. They are living in temperate water. Then because of global warming, the temperature of water is increases. What will happen? Most of the members in that population will die. Then you think few organisms or few bacteria having the capacity to resist this heat, what will happen? They will excess the. That means it's a variation to resist in hot. To resist that high temperature, it's a variation of that a small group of bacteria. But in that situation, it helps them to escape from the global warming. Example, we can say that variation is useful for the survival of species over time. Learn well. Have a nice day. Thank you.